Hey, what's going on, everyone? So, as you all know, the inauguration for Donald Trump was yesterday, and it most certainly did not disappoint. Donald Trump changed his Twitter handle to POTUS, and now you know it's official because you know it's on Twitter. And what's with that evil fucking look he's giving? It's like he's trying to be hated. Meanwhile, there's Obama, like, just with the biggest, cheesiest smile ever. And maybe it's because, you know, he's not president anymore. He's like, dude, fuck this. I'm done. Thank God. I'm gonna go chill and fucking just play basketball and do whatever dumb shit beyond Bear Grylls' show. Just keep doing all that dumb celebrity bullshit, you know, and just not do all the things that you promised. You know, that cool shit, you know? But enough about that. Let's talk about how the liberals took the inauguration, you know? I'm sure some of you have already seen some footage, but, you know, but let's just start with the inauguration itself. You already have some footage of people just showing like, oh, look at the turnout from Obama's inauguration versus Trump's. Oh, nobody showed up. Nobody likes him. The dude right here says, I thought Trump supporters wanted him because they didn't have jobs. You think they would have been able to show up for his inauguration? First of all, that's not much of an insult because, I mean, you're just saying that they have jobs. So, I mean, big fucking deal. And second of all, this was fake as shit because here's the real picture of the inauguration. So I know a lot of you have been hearing terms about fake news, and they're like, if you're wondering what fake news is, this is fucking fake news. And of course, there were a lot of protests, you know, from the Antifas, the anarchists, the ANCAPs, whatever you want to call them. They were just trashing places, you know, burning fucking limos, breaking glasses, just doing, you know, all the stupid shit that helps absolutely no one. And of course, the mainstream media will continue to call them peaceful protesters. And apparently, Donald Trump's speech didn't go over so well because people were comparing him to Bane of The Dark Knight Rises.
We are transferring power from Washington, D.C., and giving it back to you, the people.
We give it back to you, the people.
But you gotta admit the art that's coming out of it is pretty fucking sweet. And just for shits and giggles, if anybody wants to fucking shot me with the Bane mask on, go right ahead. Here, I'll stay still so you can just get it down perfectly. Alright.
Make sure the mask isn't crooked.
And of course, there couldn't just be Antifas rioting. There has to be social justice warriors acting batshit insane.
To be able to introduce for the first time ever anywhere the 45th President of the United States of America, Donald J. Trump.
But now to get into the meat and potatoes, let's look at some of the tweets that I collected from Twitter. And believe me, you're gonna want some fucking popcorn, or maybe you want some fucking ibuprofen. Either way, maybe you should get both because it's some good shit. If you thought you'd never see anything on TV as frightening as 9/11, this was it. But the consequences of this are far more damaging. If you think that just some old ass fucking celebrity being inaugurated to the presidency is worse than thousands of people fucking dying, you know, from a terrorist attack, there is something wrong with you. Oh, here's a wonderful tweet from Bitch Media. If anyone called you a snowflake today, remind them what happens when snowflakes get together. A motherfucking blizzard. I'm gonna nominate this as the most pathetic tweet of 2017. I know we have a long way to go, but Jesus fucking Christ. Oh yeah, owning the snowflake? I mean, that's pretty fucking admirable. Bravo. Don't forget to set your clocks back 300 years tonight. Hashtag not my president and a bunch of other bullshit. Yeah, because we would have been so much better off if Hillary Clinton wasn't president. You know, like, let's like just ignore the fact that she actually wanted to go to war with Russia. Let's just ignore that shit, you know? Yeah, we would have been so much better off, dude. Ah, man, I miss her already. Here's a very important tweet from a respected doctor. Supporting Trump means supporting the fraud, bigotry, sexism, illegal hacking, and FBI abuse of power that got him there. You know, you can't really tie all that bullshit to Trump. You know, the media is doing a very good job of tricking people into believing that he's, you know, oh, Russians helped him and all this stuff, and Trump's extremely sexist, blah, 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 this and that. But meanwhile, it's fucked up. There's so many things about Hillary Clinton that were provable. A lot of horrible and illegal shit that she's done, and they're just like, it's cool. You know, it's totally fine. This is probably one of my favorite tweets. This is the terrifying speech. The biggest cheer of all came when Trump promised to wipe out Islamic terrorism. How retarded do you have to be to think that there's a problem with wiping out Islamic terrorism? I mean, just Like, what the fuck, man? Like, why do people suck the dicks of fucking Muslims so much, dude? So much so that they're like, you know, yeah, they're terrorists, but they're Islamic, they're Muslim. You just let them be, you know? It's their culture, you know? It's their culture to kill people. It's totally fine. Barron will be this country's first homeschool shooter. Oh, that's an adorable tweet, except for the fact that Barron isn't homeschooled, so that's kind of fucked for you, you know? And I've been seeing this shit everywhere, so is punching Nazis wrong? Everybody's talking about punching Nazis, and you're wondering why are people talking about punching Nazis? Well, that guy Richard Spencer, you know, that alt-right guy, that white nationalist, he was talking to the media about Pepe and all that shit, and then he got punched by, you know, one of those crazy-ass protesters.
But you're not a neo-Nazi.
Neo-Nazis don't love me, they kind of hate me, actually.
The KKK, neo-Nazi.
Those people don't like me,
Are you like the hipster version of the neo-Nazi movement?
It's Pepe's become kind of a symbol.
So of course everybody on the left and everyone that hates Trump is celebrating. They're like, yeah, punching Nazis and stuff like that. And there's so much wrong with that. There's so much wrong with that. First of all, one of the biggest things is that Richard Spencer, he may be an asshole, he may be a white nationalist, and I don't agree with that bullshit, but he's not a Nazi. You know, nowadays words just don't mean fucking anything. Anyone's a fucking Nazi, you know? I'm sorry, but just being fucking racist isn't synonymous with being a Nazi. Like, there was a lot more to fucking Nazism. The unfortunate thing of the matter is that there was a lot of people that agree with Richard Spencer's ideology that fought Nazis in World War II. I'm sorry, people, that sounds fucking radical to say, but there was a lot of people like that, you know? Just to give you an idea of how stupid it is to just call everyone a fucking Nazi you disagree with. And furthermore, it's just absolutely insane that these people condone violence like this. Like, can you imagine if fucking it was flipped around? If there was just a bunch of right-wingers just punching a bunch of liberals and shit like that? How the media, everyone would be losing their fucking minds and saying this is completely unacceptable. Meanwhile, oh, nope, you don't agree with these politics, so it's totally cool to punch people like this in the face, you know? You ain't gotta like the guy, but sure, condoning violence, like, fuck you guys. Fuck any of you that are watching this that condone that shit. Alright, let's lighten up the mood a little bit. What was in that giant stupid Tiffanys box Melania gave Michelle? If there isn't a problem, create one. Oh, and this is beautiful right here. Mwah. A house divided against itself cannot stand. The only thing we have to fear is fear itself. Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. Grab them by the pussy. You can do anything. I fucking love that. As if none of those people have ever said anything fucked up in their lives. You know, any of those other presidents never said anything like that. And I just love how, like, they just take that you can do anything. Like, and they always keep leaving out it. You know, they always keep leaving out the part where Trump says they let you do it. You know, that's a really fucking important part, you know, because they want to say this is sexual assault, but it's like, they let you do it. That kind of just makes it be like, no, it might be sleazy, but it's still consensual because they let you do it. And I'm just like, come on, like, can you be any more deceptive and fucked up than that? Now I want to show you a very special post on Facebook. Today my doctor told me I was pregnant. At first I was so happy, but then I realized what it means. I don't really want to do it, but I'm considering making an appointment to get an abortion because I don't want to associate the day I found out about my child with the day that fascist pig Donald Trump became president of my wonderful country. I'm just so emotional right now. Can anyone give me advice? I really hope this is fake. I really hope she's trolling, but if she's not, I mean, if you are considering aborting your child because of just because of Donald fucking Trump, you are one of the worst human beings on the fucking planet. Now, I want to give you some advice. If you lean more on the pro-life stance, please have the child and give it up for adoption. If not, you know, if you're just pro-choice, please abort it because that child will suffer if you have to fucking raise it. Now, I bet a lot of you are wondering, how come I haven't mentioned Black Lives Matter? Like, weren't they doing some shit too? Of fucking course they did. But I'm not gonna fucking spoil that shit. I'm gonna save the best for last. These stupid assholes really stepped up their game with insanity. I mean, these motherfuckers were doing like a blockade and chaining their fucking selves, saying that we have nothing to lose but our chains while they're chained.
Woke up this morning with my mind stay on freedom.
Is that not the most ironic and stupidest shit you've ever seen? But it gets much better. Just watch.
I believe that we will win. I believe that we will win. I believe that we will win. I believe that we will win.
These motherfuckers were dancing. like shucking and jiving. It's not enough that they have fucking chains on, but they, oh my God. Oh. Oh, I don't know how and I don't know when, but one of these days, we gonna be free. Oh, mess is coming. To the people that think Donald Trump is Hitler incarnate, you know, just try to relax, try to chill the fuck out. You know, he's been inaugurated, he's the president now, and the world is still turning. You know, there hasn't been a fucking Fourth Reich. You know, people aren't losing their rights and shit like that. And I'm pretty sure, I'm just betting that nothing's gonna happen fucking 6 months from now. Fucking 12 months from now. So maybe in due time you'll realize that the media is manipulating you, that you've been lied to, that, you know, there was a narrative being painted to make him seem like he's so fucking awful that you have to elect Hillary Clinton. But, you know, here's the thing, that the people have spoken. You know, I'm not crazy about the guy. I think he's a bumbling idiot. A lot of people would disagree with me, but that's fine too. We can all get along and we can all stop acting like fucking children. Anyways, that's all the cancer I can stand. So you all have a wonderful day and I will see you in the next video.